The sights and people they...
Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Grace.
And we are
California Travel Videos.
And we are in downtown Boston. And do I mean downtown? Oh yeah, look at this. Public library. Next to it is a humongous church. Commercial buildings. Another beautiful church. Skyscrapers. Oh yeah, that too. And so Grace, I guess we're going to go take a look at Cambridge. Harvard, but you know, they are where they should be, and where they should be, they don't put them like
I think that they have a beautiful bike path down by the river, and we're going to go find that right now.
We're full of beans, Boston baked beans. No, we're going to be going to Boston though, so what's up with that?
We are back on track with our journey, 80 days around the United States, and today we are going to visit the downtown Boston area. So it's September of 2019. When we went to Boston, we did have tentative plans. They didn't work out quite the way we wanted it to, but I always say you are where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, so we were coming from this direction off the freeway and going through the city streets, and you know, you got a 24-foot RV a couple feet more behind you with the bikes and looking for parking.
Parking was quite intriguing because we needed not one spot, we needed two to take up our 24-foot plus a couple feet for the bikes. And in order to park, you had to download an app, which was a little bit of a challenge because it would only allow me to pay for one spot.
Yeah, so that's the best we could do. So we found something down here in this industrial area and said, well, that's where we're parking. Let's go ahead and see some sights.
Make the best of it. Start that clock.
Initially, I thought, oh, MIT and maybe the Industry and Science Museum. And, well, you know, we went down by the water and, you know, should we go across the Charles River? All right, it looks like we have found the bike path here on the Charles River in Cambridge on our left. Boston on our right, and it's a fantastic day. Summer rowing at MIT. Yeah, that would be a good place to do rowing on the Charles River. Grace is saying hard to imagine all the fresh water going out to the ocean, and yeah, from a Californian's perspective is no. See, almost all the buildings here are concrete or brick. Looks like they're meant to last. We went along it, and decision time.
I absolutely enjoyed that nice bike path on that side, but those big buildings and the city streets were just like right across the water, and they were calling Michael.
It was tempting me, and I looked at it and I said, you know, we can cross in bikes. It's going to be safe, and we're going to be just fine. And when we'll see what happens. We can turn around once we get to this spot here. And so, yeah, there was actually a bike lane. You're going to see it in the video footage in just a little bit.
There is a bike lane.
But we did get, and we started heading in towards town. And I think up ahead here is a bridge that looks like it's not a freeway type of bridge. It looks like it's one that allows you to cross the Boston. Let's do it, baby. Do a little bit of Boston there. We have 2 hours on our meter. Tried to put in some more. This is all app driven. I'm assuming we can go here on bikes. Yes. Thank you. Boston, Charles River. Boston straight ahead. And up ahead I see some bikers, well, over on the other side that are, I didn't realize there was a bike path, so don't need to make a comment on that, but you can if you want. So apparently you can go across on the bike path next to the cars, and there's more bike paths on this side of the Charles River too as we enter Boston. Gorgeous old buildings here, covered with ivy, symbiotic relationship. And we're on Massachusetts Avenue, I guess it turns out, if you're interested. And I think here we're going to get a chance to wait for some cars. And where we stopped, we're at the Tommy Leonard Bridge. It says official greeter of the Boston Marathon, founder of the Falmouth Road Race. So Grace, then what?
Well, we did a little bit of riding in areas that we could find that were a little bit more safe and away from traffic. And we found this nice little common that was off the beaten path. And that took us up toward the Palace for the People.
The grand entrance lobby of the Boston Public Library has a beautiful decorative mosaic ceiling. It's important to note that this was done by mosaic artists of the time.
It is a gorgeous library, free to all. The public library, the city of Boston, is built by the people, dedicated to the advancement of learning.
And in that same area, there was a most beautiful church. And I found out about that a little later. I did some research because I'm always intrigued and fascinated by buildings and when they're built. But it was established 200 years before. It's called the Old South Church. The people first started congregating in that area in the mid-1600s. And then in 1873, this beautiful building was built. So you'll see that on our video as well.
Yeah, great spot down there. We're right in the heart of town. There's all these pedestrians. Our adrenaline, heart rate's kind of getting back to normal now. We're having a great time down there. Once you don't have any room on the street where there's parking, they have a bike line right on the sidewalk. And you can see, beautiful buildings downtown here, as you can see. And we find our way to Cambridge after and if you haven't been there before, you owe it to yourself to see how things are. It is quite the thing. And we are here at Massachusetts Institute of Technology's. Not going to be able to see it today. We're kind of running out of time, sadly, but at least we'll do a little flyby here. Beautiful architecture. As you can see, bikes by the hundreds. I'm sure every local campuses. Not sure where the last ride, so I'm going to follow this bike. What in Rome do as the Romans, right? And of course, we're going to have to get back again, which is a whole nother story. But, as they say, bad decisions make good stories. So I wish we would have had a whole day if we would have parked somewhere out and mass transportation. Okay, we're going to go back. Ba-bum. Bada bang, bada boom. And we've got about 2 minutes left.
And more of that available on our California travel videos. Coming up. That timer is not correct. We're down to 1.5 minutes. And we have got...
Let me go ahead, you ask me. 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35.
3-second delay on YouTube. And let me get back over here onto Facebook and give me that time one more time, please.
128, 7, 26, 25, 24.
About
23?
25 seconds behind on Facebook.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty.
Facebook's a little tardy.
Yeah. How's everybody doing?
Peachy, I hope. A gorgeous day here in California.
Perfect day.
It'd be a nice day to get to do a bike ride, Grace.
I was thinking the same thing.
You think this is the right kind of beat for the music to kind of calm? Or?
I love it.
Since today is confidence. Yeah, I think this helps with that, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, final 30 seconds. Are you ready,
Hi,
Grace?
Mary.
Mary's here. Hey, Mary. Howdy.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here it is, a fabulous, fantastic, fun Friday in Northern California. We hope you're all having a wonderful day. And today we have questions coming. We've got confidence building, and we've got the hand of the day, all with your host, Michael.
Thank you, Grace Nissler. And here we are, Friday, and we are indeed having a great time. I'm excited. I'm feeling perky today, whatever that means. I hope you're feeling like you're ready for a fun Friday. We've got a lot of great things. As Grace said, we're going to be spending, I think, at least a week or so on confidence. Everybody in Bridge wants to be left brain, total logical, and that is a great part of it, no doubt about it. But the reason we got in this game was because of the emotional, the right brain side, the kind of all of the stuff that gets us kind of excited and feeling great and nervous, the competition, the lizard brain, if you will. So yeah, there is both sides of that, and confidence is a big part of it. So I'm going to be some of the same things. We're going to do our questions today. Love your Q&As. Thanks for bringing those in, as well as a couple hands of the week. And I'm going to incorporate some stuff with confidence in there. So I hope you like that and that you find it profitable. So, go ahead and give us your comments today. Thanks for being here and supporting BridgeHands. And if you're ready, we're going to go ahead. And Grace, shall we start it off?
Let's do this.
Okay, I think I may have a slide here. And if I do a Alt-Shift... No, I guess not.
Wow, what was that?
Alt-Shift-C. There, I hit the right button. And if I go over to the laptop screen, here we are. So we have Hands of the Week and the Ask Brig Question Club, the ABCs of Bridge. And here we go. As we spoke about on Wednesday, for those of you who are the members, we talked about the 7 deadly sins. And we'll get into those more. I'm not going to go through them now. But as you might guess, some of them are about bidding, some about the play, and quite a few other things. But here's some of the things I thought I would add besides the Dallas Aces when they came up with their 7, being street smart, which means a lot of things. But when you, especially you're starting out, we're not so street smart. We may hesitate. We don't know when we can ask the opponents about a bid or some of the partnership agreements. I can remember when I was on a cruise ship when I first started playing bridge, and I bid 1 club, and my left-hand opponent bids 2 clubs, and my partner I'm playing with thought, oh, we're over our head. They're bidding our suit. What do we do now? So, that is at the basis. But then later on is just kind of having this thing like we talk about awareness. Awareness is personal, situational awareness, but also the situational awareness around the table. So if you're self-aware, that's a great start, but knowing what's going on and being aware what your opponents are doing. And also, do they use time on their side? Do they take 15, 30 seconds, a minute sometimes? And then they kind of pressure you to kind of make a quick bid or a play. We have to be aware that awareness is a two-way street. And the vibes with our partner. We have a left-hand opponent, a right-hand opponent. We don't want a center-hand opponent. We want to be good to our partner, and we hope if our partner is good, not good to us, is we have some positive way to have the good vibes and to say that we want to be in a win-win relationship, of course. So concentration is certainly a big part of having confidence at the table. There is no doubt about that. Some days we're just kind of not as focused as much as we should be. And I think same here. Sometimes when you're in front of people, I was a Rotary president last year, as Grace will remember, and you get up before a crowd of professionals, and how do you conduct yourself? Are you kind of short of breath, tight chest like you are when you're bidding a slam? No, you need to be kind of at that table and to be focused and not having these negative emotions. Anchoring, what happened on the passport, is that going to affect me emotionally too much? or I did a really good last board and I'm feeling cocky, are just kind of like, oh, this contract's too hard, I'm just going to choke it. Grace, yes.
Michael, you must be floating on cloud nine confidence because we can't even see you in the water.
What happened to me?
You
Where
just,
did? Oh, I
you
guess I went to the
floated
other
away
screen.
with confidence.
Grace, I'm glad you caught that. Here
Thank
he
you,
is back.
Bernice.
I'm doing all these body motions and nobody's seeing me, but maybe it's for the better. Thank you, darling. So, and then fitness. So I'm supposed to be over on this screen here. Is where I want to be. So fitness is another big part of it. Is if you're especially playing 3 hours in a duplicate game, how are you feeling in terms of your mental attitude? Are you getting fatigued? Can you get up between rounds and get a breath of fresh air? Get a cup of coffee if you need it, whatever it is to kind of get you going, keep you going. But yeah, certainly that is. And do you take time to like watch other people play, maybe if not face-to-face, online, or read books? Hey, BridgeHands, I hear they've got quite a few good videos too, including things like knowing the laws. That's important as well, all parts of the game. And arbitrage. What in the world, arbitrage? That sounds like a stock syndrome here. No, it's like be aware of the vulnerability or other things that might be factors. This is when you should leverage when you're not vulnerable versus vulnerable. And you're doing a preamp, how high should you go? Vice versa. When you're vulnerable and they're not, maybe you shouldn't go quite as high. You know, if they go one club and you want to go 3 spades, you're vulnerable. You're asking to say, kick me, you know, because you're vulnerable. Will you make it? And even if you go down 1, that's 200 points if they double you. So those are things I think that are good. But let's go ahead and get on to the questions. Are we ready?
Yes, let's ask some questions. You guys gave us some good
Grace,
ones.
the first question comes from somebody that you got the information from. What is that
did.
question?
I got this from Rose. She had been on a cruise last year, and it was a quiz that they gave her, and she never
gosh.
could figure out what the answer was. So the contract was for 7 no trump. And so she read it that she could only count 12 tricks that could be taken from all
12
that.
tricks she counted. Well, it says the lead at the bottom is the spade king. Now, if you look at the north hand, they've got the ace, so you're going to have to go play to the north, spade king. There's nothing else you can do there. And then after that, any card you play from the north hand is going to have to go back to the south hand. I don't care if you play the hearts, the king, queen, jack, 9, it has to go to ace of hearts. If you go to the diamonds, it's going to have to go to the ace, king, queen, jack, 10, or the clubs.
Do we
Everything's going to get to the south hand.
Do
right?
we know who the declarer is?
Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it has to be the left-hand opponent because they're leading the spade king. But either way, no matter what's played, it always has to get to the south hand after trick 1.
Okay.
You cannot get to, there's, all the high cards are in the south hand. So it looks to me like the south hand wins. Well, first of all, you get the ace of spades. That's 1. And in the south hand, that's where you're stuck for the rest of the auction, or game, I should say. That's 2. And then you've got another 5, and then the ace, and then you lose all the rest of the cards in that club suit. So no, you do not make 7, but there is a way. At first, when Grace showed me this, I thought, this is not a good hand. No, there's probably some trick hand. And I thought, no, there's no trick. There's no way you can make it. I shouldn't say lawfully, but there's no way that you can make it without doing a parlor trick. Yeah, a parlor trick. So first off, I want to say is that when I am playing with my partner and they lead from the long hand, 99% of the time I will not say a word. If the player after that plays to the trick, the ACBL laws, excuse me, not just the American Contract Bridge League, but all of the laws say it is then been accepted and the ball is in play. So if my partner says lead from the queen of spades from the dummy, lead the queen, then I play the queen, even though I know that they're in their hand. You're not breaking any law by doing that. The opponents, of course, have the right to say, play from the other hand. Or they can say, we accept that card from the wrong hand. They cannot say, they huddle with their partner, partner, do you want it from this hand or that hand? You can't do that. But that's one of the things in the laws that a lot of people are not aware of. And that's okay. It's not the most important of all laws there. But in this case, the only way you could possibly make the contract, since you're stuck in the south hand after the first trick, is you take the first tricks there, and then when you get to the fifth, let's see, diamond that is, and you want to get to the other hand, there's no way to do it. But if you told your partner, okay, now go ahead and play the King of Hearts. You know, you played the ace. Now play the king, and then the queen and the jack. And if they accept it when you say play the king, then yeah, you've got to the other hand by skullduggery and shenanigans. It's not technically against the law. You called from the wrong hand, and if they accepted it, then I guess you're okay. And that gets us to being a street smart player. You know, if you're not paying attention, then sorry about that. On the other hand, let's say that I, in the South, said I'm going to take a minute or 2 minutes before I play, and it's called the Sominex coup. You get them so they're not paying attention. You know, then you play from the wrong hand, and they forget that you're in the wrong hand. Then I guess you would be okay. You do it at somebody's house, they'll never invite you again. They won't like this. But in the duplicate game, the duplicate world, if you did something like that, they could probably call the director and say, well, you know, you accepted the card, you played to it, and they will never forget you. They'll be out to get you from then on. But that's the only way I can see, honey. I hope that helps. Yes.
Howard adds, he feels that if you discard the heart ace on the spade ace at trick 1, you will take all 13 tricks.
Okay, Howard, I like the way you're doing that. I was trying to show another part of the lesson, but thank you for showing that. So what Howard says is on trick 1 is that when that lead of the spade king comes out, say it again, Howard.
Okay, so if you discard the hard ace on the spade ace at trick 1, you will take all 13 tricks,
Beautiful,
assuming South is declare.
You're right. Okay, very good. Thank you for that. So that was a cool one. That's why they have these parlor tricks, and why I didn't really want to show it, because it is kind of a very unusual unblock. But yes, they do show those on the cruise ships. You know, us directors like to show those. But I wanted to cover another part of the lesson, and that is that when you have remember this is about confidence and being street smart, is that you need to know the laws. And the law I wanted to cover is that, you know, you can accept a lead from the wrong side. The dummy is not required to say that you're in the right hand. I myself personally don't tell my partner, the declarer, that, oh, you're in the wrong hand. So quite a few points in this one. So good one, Grace. I'm glad you brought it up. And thank you, Howard, for showing the trick of the hand, which I was not going to get. Yeah, so I'm going to give for Howard a...
Oh, nailed it!
Wow, that was a nice one.
All righty, let's
Okay,
go to
next one,
question
number
2. This comes from Paul B. And Paul says, my question is, which bidding system is made by default when at BBO? I have seriously asked this question in different chats over last years at least 10 times, and no one has yet to answer me.
How about that? We're going to spend some time. I have a lot of hands that I have that come from the robot play. And so the answer to that question is Ginsburg Intelligent Bridge, GIB. Well, that doesn't help a lot, does it? Well, first off, it's a 2-over-1 system. You asked about the system. It's a 2-over-1. So when you bid one of a major and your partner bids one no trump, that is a forcing bid, whether you like it or not, unless you're a passed hand. And so if you have to rebid, and if your partner goes with 2 of a different suit, then yeah, now you're obligated to go to game. So that's the very basics. But you want more than that, don't you? So let's go ahead, and I'm going to get a browser up here. Here comes a browser heading your way, and we're going to put it on this.
Are we going
screen.
on a field trip?
We're going to go browsing today. So
Browsing
I'm
the
go
World Wide Web.
over to another screen, and there we go. So we are going to BBO GIB. Ginsburg Intelligent Bridge. Oh, and there it pops up, convention card. Yeah, that's what I want. And I see here that at Bridge Base themselves, they do have the convention card, and there's the system notes. So how about that? So indeed, you can see, and I'm going to see if I can get myself poked on the screen here.
Who doesn't love Google?
Yeah, isn't that right? So there it is by searching for Bridge Base and then GIB, Ginsburg Intelligent Bridge, and it'll pop up. You can see the convention card there, and it's got all the goodies. They're playing 2/1 game forcing, 5 card majors, 15 to 17 no trump, blah 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 blah, and they, and some of what you'll see beneath it, you know,
We can't see the screen.
Oh, okay. We got to get back to the other screen. Thank you, baby.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, deep finesse, and oh, I don't want another deep finesse coming up. I'm getting excited here. Okay,
Calm down, big boy.
I know. There it is. So we went to Bridge Base, and the Google search took us here, and you can see where, you know, the basic system is the 2/1, and how they count points: Ace, King, Queen, Jack, total points. Oh, that might be nice to know. You get 3 high card points extra, or 3 points extra for a void. Obviously, you better have plenty of trump. 2 for a singleton, or 1 for a doubleton. Okay, so a 3-2-1 is the way they count those, and how they defend. And it talks about what their defensive strategies are, the different bids. 1 club could be a 4-3-3, a 3-4-3-3, a 4-4-3-2. So, any rate, 1 diamond, it's usually 4, and so on and so forth. All the different things, how it does in competitive bidding. And you say, well, I don't know how to play Liebensaal, whatever that means. But if you just click on the bid that your partner has made, unlike in a face-to-face, you can say, well, what did that bid mean when I did a reverse, my partner bid 2 no trump? That's part of one of the 3 ways you play Liebensaal? Yeah. So it will get in force suit forcing, you know, Roman key card Blackwood. Yeah, they don't play 1430. I think there's 0314 version of it, and so on and so forth. But look at all these things. After opening 1 no trump, it kind of goes on and on, doesn't it? So can you imagine having to program all these things in the algorithms? And somebody asked about rebiddable suits. I'll get to that, but look at this. It talks about a rebiddable suit. What the heck is a rebiddable suit? We'll get to that question in just a minute. Reverse Drury. I got another question coming up about reverse Drury. But before I do that, I think that there was some others I have seen down here also on the Ginsburg Intelligent, or GIB, robot. So, like say, I think one was on, somebody asked about rebiddable suit. So I'm going to just say BBO. This time, rather than GIB, I'm going to just search robots or bots. Robot and rebiddable. And who would have known it has double Ds? I'm never really sure about that. Double Ds always meant something different to me. But okay, there it is. And we see that there's some other sites that talk about rebiddable. What does twice rebiddable mean, huh? So you could look those up if you wanted to know more about that. So I'm going to minimize this screen, and we're going to go back to the next question. I hope that helps. And yeah, so there you go. Just let Google be your friend and do a Google search. I should probably put that up on BridgeHands. Thank you, Paul. Make a note of that, Grace. I like that a lot.
That's a great idea. And let's go ahead and see if we've got time for a couple more.
Okay, so we're going to go to the next question. And you also have them on your PowerPoint screen over there. But go ahead. Bridge from Ed Barron.
Correct.
What's this?
What is a swing hand? I think that is what you called a hand.
Swing hand. Not for swingers. A swing hand is swing low. No, that's something else too. There you go, honey. So this is when you can see, let's say it's a very distributional hand, not a flat hand. And you say, uh-oh. Different people are going to bid this differently. And when you're playing against the robots, hand 12, I swear, they like it so that it's always got like some tricks. It might be as like, how am I going to play the promotion or the finesse if you're in 3 no trump? But if not, if they're in suit contracts, it could be some very long suit, 2 suited hands. And you know that those are not going to be where everybody's going to have the same result at each table. So to be kind of situationally aware, that when you have these types of hands that are going to have a lot of turbulence. I think in stock market, the beta, some stocks, they just kind of go along, the maybe Standard & Poor's top 30, and some of them, like say the technology stocks, are, these days, Moderna, the company that thinks they have a solution for the COVID-19 vaccine, they're going to be going quite a bit around. That's a swing hand. Okay, second part.
What is a rebiddable suit when robots are bidding?
Rebiddable suit. As we would take a look over, and I won't go back again, but a rebiddable suit is where you have, and I saw one website, it was for novices apparently because it said a 5-card suit. No, a 5-card suit is not rebiddable. You don't rebid a 5-card suit except under most extreme measures. So yeah, a 6-card suit. And they also talk about double rebiddable and things. You can always click on the bid made by your partner, or if you're considering a bid yourself, you can hover over, like you say, I think I should be doing 3 spades. And you click 3 and you hover over the S for spades, and you can see it says, it's twice rebiddable. It means that a 6-card suit, or you have the ace and the king 5 times, something like that. It has extra values. And if you could take a look online, it'll give you more on that. Grace, part 3.
Okay, part 3. When I am in third seat, my husband's head is in the way.
I'm getting out of here.
When I am in the third seat and make a major bid, robots seem to always play Dury and force me into a bid too high. Is there any way I can stop them from doing that?
Stop that. Stop doing it. Stop it. No, you cannot program the robots. You can once again take a look at what it means by looking at the bid. And I think that's great because it now becomes a study, a training, a tool in real time. And so, I guess is that some people in third seat are going to open light, and your partner wants to know that. And they say, well, the only way I can know that if you've opened a major in third seat or fourth seat is that I'd like to kind of know a little bit more about you. Kind of want to query you. So they want to make a forcing bid. And so, you use the 2 club bid for the bid. It's artificial. It's unlikely, if you think about it, if you're in third seat and your partner's got clubs, you want to just pass it there either. So so anyway, they play the Drury, actually the reverse Drury, which means slow shows, fast denies. And well, that's a lot. But basically what it means is this: I open 1 heart, I'm a man of mystery. In third seat, you don't know if I have a real hand or if I've got maybe only 11 points. So, I bid, say 1 spade. And the robot is curious, well, is it real or is it Memorex? No, is it not a real hand? So they bid 2 clubs. If I have a real hand with the reverse Drury, slow shows extras. So if I bid 2 diamonds or 2 hearts, I've got a real hand. If I didn't have a real hand, then I go a little faster, I deny, I go back to 2 spades. And that says, no, I didn't really have a real hand. It's this, I just want to play in part score partner. Sometimes the robot still wants to go on anyway. That's a whole nother story. But to answer your question, you can look online and find out about that. And I hope that helps. So it's a good question. Yeah, you can't say, no, robot. No, don't do it. Shame on you.
Bad robot.
Bad robot. Yeah, well, here we go. If you have this button,
it says,
the no button.
For the last time, no.
Ed said thank you.
Okay, good. Thanks for the question. I like those kind of questions. Those are great questions.
I think we have time for maybe one more to get to the hand of the day
Okay,
after.
we're going to go to Carl. He the other week had asked about Bergen, so you want to read that?
All righty. He said, a few of my partners like to play Bergen raises, so I know to use it. But I have yet to convince myself that it's worth using.
And what is today's lesson on?
Confidence.
Confidence. And you're not quite confident. Or I hope I gave you something last week, but I said I would come back and talk more. And I always love good questions that all of you have. So we're going to go head for the table. And let's see. I need to hit that button and that button. And we are at the table. Okay, Carl, here we go. So what I've done is, I have something else that I should have done also here, maybe, which would be illuminating. So you look at the first hand there. What I've done is I've got hands where south has got 12 points or more and 5 or more spades. And north is going to be having 6 to 9 points with exactly 4 spades, which is normally the Bergen 3 club bid. But I've got something else that I want to show you the analysis before we get too deep into this. And let's see if I can find it. Grace, you kind of do a little heater for me while I'm doing this. Go ahead and chat it up.
Alrighty, well, we're going to be going into the hand of the day coming up here shortly, and we want to have somebody call in and join us. So is there anybody out there that would like to come to the party?
Hardy party.
Party hardy.
Okay, I'm almost there. I've got that, and I need to make it a little
Play my
bigger.
little dun, 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 dun. Like The Price is Right. Remember when they used to say, "Come on down."
That's right. I think I have got it. Okay, now which screen do I need to go to have it pop up? I think I haven't quite got it yet.
Howard
Stand
says
by.
that Bergen is a controversial treatment.
Yeah, I'm just going to show this for now. I'll come back to it. But I'm just going to tell you what's on the other screen that I'm looking at. And so I ran 100 hands with what I was telling you. South, 12 points or more, 5 or more spades. That's all I've told it in the simulator. I run 100 hands, and then for the north hand, 6 to 9 points, always 4 spades, which is the Bergen 3 club bid. Is it a good bid? Does it make sense? I won't go in the rest of it, but I think that's the basic one that comes up mostly. And so I'm looking at the results of 100 hands. 96% of the time, you will be able to make 2 spades. If you can't make 2 spades, the opponents, I'm sure, can make something more than 2 spades their way. Because if you got a 9-card suit, they've probably got a lot of hearts or something. To make 9 tricks, 82% of the time. So if you're worried, well, will I be able to make it? If your partner's got a lousy hand, if I open with only 12 points and maybe a fairly flat 5-3-3-2, then yeah, we should still be able to make 3, and it's made it hard for the opponents to make their bid. How about to make game? It will make game. How many percent do you think it'll make game? 58% of the time it will make game. So half the time it will, even though you've got 6 to 9 and you've got 4 of my trump, hearts or spades in this case. And 31% it'll make 11 tricks. Believe it or not, 12% of the time, 8% of the time it'll make a slam, and 1% when I've got a big hand, it'll make grand slam. So there you go. But let's go ahead and take a look at some hands. So I want to go, oh, we are actually on the screen here, aren't we? What hand are we showing there? Oh, I see what's going on. I think I started to see something here. So, okay. So there's what we want. We want to show this one. So if you take a look here, look at the south. It's got a 5-5 or 5-4-2-2. And north, you've got a 4-3-3. And you've got the 4 spades. Should you use Bergen? No. Like, what? You said Bergen's a good bid. Yeah, but look, it's a 4-3-3. That doesn't obviate you to not think.
Obviate?
Yeah, the obvious, like to obviate.
Oh.
Not ovulate, obviate.
Okay.
So, no, in this situation, I would not use Bergen. So you say, oh gosh, so there's some extra rules? Yeah. Like everything in life, there's some it depends. You have to use some judgment here. If you did it, maybe you would be lucky. But, what I see is you've got 2 tricks, the ace and the king, and maybe half of one. Your partner still might have like a 5 loser hand and go to game, but I'm not going to give any extra oomph. I don't see an extra trick here because I've got tripletons in the other suits, even though I have an ace and king, and my spades, by the way, are not that hot. But anyway, so I would not do a Bergen bid here. Well, wow, okay, but let's take a look at some other situations. Yeah, I've got 100 of them here. I'm not going to go over 100, but here's number 1. And this time it's a singleton club, and I've got, let's see, 3, 4 in the diamonds, 5, 6. So yeah, it's 6 to 9. Some people, I'll do a splinter. No, I think you need 8 to about 12 to splinter. Once you get 13, you want to be using Jacoby 2 no trump. See, we got to know some of our other systems. So I'm going to do a little look at this hand here, and I think, yeah, here we go. So, look from the South perspective, it's not a great hand. You look at your losing trick count. Once you hear you've got a fit, you've got 1 loser there, 2 losers there, 3 losers there, and gosh, your partner's got 9. You got at least 1 loser there. So 5, 6, 7 losers. Your partner's not going to be able to give enough to get you there. So nope, not going to go on that one. Okay, so how about the next one? Number 2, another singleton. Well, how about that? Do you use Bergen when you've got singletons? It depends. So, because, I can show that I have 4 or more spades by doing a splinter bid. And this time I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably okay. I think I'm going to use the Bergen in this case, though. I don't like that Jack 5th and hearts. Give me King 5th and hearts. But I'm going to use a Bergen there. Next one. What's with all these singletons and clubs? 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll use a Bergen here. I'm not going to splinter, not with 6 points. Next one. It's almost like, there we go, next one. Okay, now look at the hearts. Ooh, man, I've got the majors here. So now I'm feeling pretty good about this hand. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that's a very hard bid. I think some people would Bergen, other people are going to splinter. But you've got that promotable heart suit, so I think that would probably be fine to do it here. Even though you see your partner in South as singleton, let's just look at a couple more and then we'll go on. Get some, here's a more like a 4, 4, 3, 2. So yeah, it's a perfect one for a Bergen bid, even though you've got quackers, queens, and jacks. There's a 4, 4, 3, 2 with outside ace. Yeah, it's just kind of a Bergen raise there. Got a doubleton anyway. There's another doubleton suit. Not very great hand. I would go just a 3 club. And some of these, your opponents, they're going to miss a chance to bid because, you view that preemptive bid. Singleton ace. Yep, I'm going to do it there. Maybe that club suit might be promotable. I got some entries. And so you get the idea. If you look at some hands and see how it works, but I think Bergen 3 club and the 3 diamond bid. Some people say, oh, I'll reverse 3 clubs and 3 diamonds because Marty didn't know enough. I know a better way than Marty Bergen. I don't buy that. The advantage of using 3 clubs with the weaker hand is I, the opener, can now say, I will bid 3 diamonds. Tell me more about your hand. Are you at the high end or the low end of your Bergen bid? Are you 9 points? Do you feel like you've got some primary honors? Or are you kind of like down at the lower end, 6 points, and you really kind of like got some quackers and whatever. So I think that's why I like the traditional Bergen rather than the other. But if my partner likes it, fine. So I think that's it for those, as much as I'd love to talk about more hands. But
okay, we're going to get to our hands of the week.
I think we are. The first hand of the week is going to be coming up, and let's see if I can pull it up on the screen here.
Okay, so let's hope we can get some audience participation because nobody wants to call in.
Yeah,
so
now would be the time.
We look forward to you participating.
Come on in. The water is fine here. Grace will comfort you. So will I.
Like
so
a bridge
the
over
first
troubled
hand,
waters.
First hand is. Well, I'm not sure if South is going to be the dealer.
Do we have time to sneak in a really quick question?
Oh, of course.
Okay, this is going back
Always.
Going back to the bots, and Bernice wants to know. FunBridge uses it's ARGINE or Argin engine for their robots. How do they differ from the robots at BBO?
I will have to look. I've seen FunBridge. I have an ID, and you can get a free ID if you're interested. So I should, and I'll save it for another chance, but that is a great question because there are a couple others that are out there too that are good. They're maybe not the, what would you call it? I don't want to say the word gorilla. Not the main ones out there, but others that are really good systems. And some people say some of their robots actually play better. It's kind of interesting because when you think about it, is if you get 5, 10, 20, 30, 40,000 people, you better have some pretty big servers, and maybe the amount of time that you want to do analysis of the hand, you say, well, we'll go so far in terms of the pruning tree. You think, well, everything's like if this and that, but it turns out that it has to run some samples to get a better way to determine, like say, with all the different card combinations. It can run all the tens of thousands of simulations, but if there's, you got 20,000 people online, you can't spend much time doing that. So anyway, I will get back to that. Thank you for that question. So Grace, can I just get started?
You go ahead and get started, and Howard's going to be joining us here in a moment. I'll introduce him
Awesome.
shortly.
Okay, Howard, always glad to have you. So, okay, so we're going to take a look at the north hand here, and it is a 6-4-3-0.
I believe we have Howard here.
Hello,
Howard from Philadelphia.
Good to have you here. We're looking at the north hand. We got 2 hands today, and the first one is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diamonds to the ace, jack, spades 10 4 times, and clubs 10 8 3 times. I'm going to get rid of these X's here. So not a good hand. Some people, I'll open it 2 diamonds because I've got 6 diamonds, and one of the prime rules in I'll get the word out. In preempts is that you don't with a 4-card side suit major, at least not in first or second seat. That's a no-no. Would you agree with that, Howard?
If the major is spades, yes.
I
with
think
hearts, I might
Well,
if I had 4 hearts.
There
but
you
with
go.
4 spades, I want to hear from my partner before I jump in, so I would pass.
Okay, well, if you look online, you go to YouTube, as a for instance, and search for bridge preempts. I think I've got some of them. They got over 20,000 views. Preempts is a very popular subject, and the Bridge Preempts from A to Z is a great book if you're interested in that. But anyway, so the robot, it's smart. It knows not to do that. It's been programmed, what I would say, is properly. So we're going to take a look at the east hand. And now remember that nobody will have a stronger hand than us in south. I'm playing against robots. So it is another distributional, and that's what you expect. If one hand's distributional, most others will be too. So it's a 6-3-2-2. Jack 6 times. How can you have 6 cards and the best you get is a jack? Anyway, ace, king 3 times in clubs, ace, queen working in spades, and 2 diamonds. And they open, or excuse me, they do open. They go 1 heart, which gets to me. And here we have it. It's a 5-3-3-2. Wait, hearts? Do I have the right cards? Oh yeah, it's online. I got the right cards. So we know there's 5 hearts in the east hand. Turns out there were more. But what do you want to overcall here, Howard?
Well, this is a toughie.
Yeah, it is. That's why these are the hands of the week.
To overcall 1 no trump, I like to have 16. This one is 15.
A really
you
good
also
15.
Doubleton and diamonds. I might overcall 1 no trump. It's a tough call because I don't have anything else I can do. I have to either do that or pass. And my partner already passed, so
yeah, good information.
If I pass, East West are going to have the board. And they say it's a bidder's game, so I might stretch, particularly if I'm not vulnerable, I might stretch and jump in with 1 no trump.
Yeah, because you've got ace, king, queen. You know, though, that with, as you say, your partner passed and 12 points, and you've got your hand, there's not that many points left, so we should be thinking about that, of course. And so, yeah, I think that your bid is correct, and so 1 no trump it is. So we've heard 1 heart, 1 no trump, and we're kind of interested. What's West going to do? What's West hand? So let's go take a look. And West has a 4-4-3-2 and only 2 hearts. I hope you're not going to be bidding 2 hearts with this hand. So, but you like that you've got that king, queen, 10 of diamonds. That's some working honors there, but not enough to make a call. So, okay, we're going to do like my father would say, pass with support. Pass for now. You can't really say that, but we joke about it. Okay, so to the north hand, this is my robot's chance to make a bid. And they do make a call. And what would you call with this one? Howard, do you have a thought on this? Is that what you would bid?
Well, I don't see the north hand, but I think I remember it. It had 6. Oh, now I can see it. I don't think it's strong enough to use Stamen, but the robot might want to transfer you to diamonds.
That's what they do.
Thinking that it's probably better to play it in diamonds than to play it in no trump.
Yeah.
Particularly if you have only one heart stopper.
Yeah.
So whatever your bid is to transfer to the diamond
That's right.
suit, whether you're playing 4-way transfers or whether you're just playing a relay.
It bid
and
3
the
clubs,
responder has
and
to
when it bid 3 clubs,
correct the
you can
diamond.
hover over the bid when you hear 3 clubs, which I did, and it says it's a transfer to diamonds.
Okay.
And good. So, okay, so I think a big lesson here for the hand of the week, one of the things that we've got is that do we overcall one no trump? Yes. Hopefully you don't have a singleton diamond, and hope your partner doesn't transfer you to a singleton, but they will if a singleton for sure, because they probably have a lot. But no, it's to use systems on, as we talk about, so that, if Howard said you were going to make a Stamen bid, it would still apply. Now, in basic standard American yellow card, believe it or not, systems are not on, but I think everybody plays just standard American and plays systems on. And I think you should play systems on in all situations. And you talk to your partner, we're playing systems on even if it's overcalls. Then your partner, okay, got it. So however you play your transfers, it still works the same way here. So 3 clubs is implying that they have 6 diamonds. Don't do it with a 5-card suit, for goodness sakes. Okay, so sure enough, I bid 3 diamonds and somebody else doesn't. And I'll get to that later. And the auction passes out. Okay, fair enough. Good auction, but wait, Grace.
Yes.
There's more.
What more?
Okay, so the opening lead is
don't
going to be
see.
by West, and Howard. We'll just kind of see how they do it. They lead the 10 of hearts, top of double 10. Oops, we should be taking a look at the dummy now. So,
I like the way you faded in and out when you said that.
oh, I did. So the 10 of hearts, and I don't know what the signaling is that East is doing here by playing a 2, but whatever. Okay, and I win with the king. Now, if you remember in my south hand.
Well, East is saying, I'm sorry, I shouldn't interrupt. East is saying he wants to switch because he's got stronger cards than other suits.
Maybe, maybe not. You never know how the robots do. But I don't win with the queen. Notice I win with the king, and I think the robot in the East knows that. But the robot in West is not allowed to know that. It maybe thinks that, the queen is over in the East, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to play the ace. That'd be stupid. I've got 2 of them anyway. So, but making it look like it's a doubleton, maybe, perhaps. So that's what I want to mislead in West if I can. I want to be street smart. So, okay, so going back to, we want to certainly see the dummy here, and so north-south, actually, okay. So from my perspective, it's, okay, what do I want to do? And Howard, back to you. What do you want to do here?
I can't see the north hand yet. Okay.
Okay.
Now I can see the north hand, but I can't see the south hand.
Right, okay, well,
Okay,
it
now
should be.
now I can see them both.
Okay, are you watching on Facebook?
Well, let's see. We're losing probably 2 diamonds. We're losing possibly as many as 2 spades. And we're definitely losing 2 clubs. So I'm not. Let's see. Well, I guess we can get rid of some of the losers by throwing them away on the hearts. I've already seen the West hand, but in reality, I don't know what West has.
Yeah, well, let's just talk.
I can try to.
Howard, I'm going to
throw
keep it
away-
moving here. Just go ahead and let's see what I did. Then we don't have to spend multiple minutes on thinking. But thank you
throw
for
away
your
the
thoughts.
2 clubs on the heart.
I'm going to go ahead, Howard.
Go ahead.
Okay, so here we go. I went with the Ace of Hearts, and okay, so all right. So let's see. I don't have a lot of transportation back to the south hand. So okay, it's time to fish or cut Boyd at some point. And all right, diamonds are trump. Remember, we don't have to do anything else. So I win the king there. Okay, that was nice. Thank you for coming back. And as expected, I expected East would have the ace. And I do the club, and I rough it. Okay, and then the ace of diamonds.
Didn't West rough your king?
I'm going to go back to trick 1. Okay, here we go.
Trick
10
3.
of hearts to the king. Just listen, Howard. And then the ace of hearts. I pitched a club. You see how I pitched a loser there? I'm going to let you catch up because your screen's a little bit behind. But I don't want to lose these clubs any more than I have to. So I am pitching a club on the ace of hearts. See how I'm reducing those? In other words, I'm not worried about my south hand. I'm worried about the north hand. I'm playing it as though what I like to call a dummy reversal. Technically, that's not right. But I'm reversing the hand that I want to get that north hand not to lose tricks. I'm not worried about my losers in the south hand. So, okay, so I've gotten rid of one loser from the north hand. The queen, I'm expecting it's going to be roughed. And, yep, okay, that's fine. I'm going to pitch my other club. No more club losers, and did a loser on loser play by pulling a trump. Because I don't know how these trumps are going to break, but if there's 5 hearts over in the east, I'm thinking there, how long is the diamonds going to be in the west? So they went up with the 10. That's good. They didn't go with something lower. They could have played whatever they wanted. So I've already got a 10 out. Thank you. Okay, so after that, what do they come back in? They come back with a spade, and my finesse worked. Thank you very much, West. And the club I do again, and they get tired of roughing in the west hand, because if they played the 10 already, they must have the king and the queen or one of them. They don't want to play it, because if you look at the north, I've got the ace and the jack, so they pitch a club. They say, enough of that nonsense there, Michael. So, okay, great. And I come back with the ace, and I drop a queen. Yeah, they did have one. So, okay, somebody's got the king. And, yeah, I'm not too worried about it. You know, the rule of 1, just kind of go ahead and do your business elsewhere. And I play a spade again, and yep, sure enough, East did have the ace because the spade finesse worked one time. They come back with a diamond, and there was the king. Okay, so it was king, queen, 10 is what West had. And what do? They play a spade. Oh, it goes to my jack. Thank you. Both the king and the jack of spades. The finesse worked. Awesome. And I play a club, rough in, the diamond, and my 10 of spades. So it's 3 diamonds making 4. And Howard, I'm going to show all 4 hands. And I guess, do you have any kind of main observations? We have about 30 seconds before I have to go on to the next, but what are your thoughts?
Well, it went by so quickly.
Sorry, but I mean just generally.
Sure what to think about it.
Okay, I'll go ahead. So 1 spade I think is good, and then 1 heart, or 1 no trump. Sorry, once again, 1 heart and then 1 no trump. And then my partner does a transfer. I think systems on is great with a 6-card suit and no interest in game. That's fine. It's certainly not a Stayman. You're not looking for a spade fit there. So now I guess that should East be making a bid? No, you can't, because he went with 3 clubs. So at 2 hearts, you would have maybe thought about it. Although, is this a rebiddable suit? Jack 8, 7, 6, 4, 2. Not really. So, yeah, that maybe is not the time to rebid 2 hearts, since somebody asked about rebiddable suits. So, okay, so after that, yeah, I guess.
If you made 3 diamonds, I'd say the play went well.
Yeah, made 4, 3 making an over trick.
4, that's even better.
Yeah, so I one of the points I would like to have for people to kind of focus on is that when you've got this situation and you think, well, you know that there's 5 or maybe more over here, you're going to get roughed. When you saw that 10 of hearts go in the opening, is it a singleton? Even if it is, I don't want to lose 3 club tricks, so I'm not going to have that many chances to do finessing. So I'm looking forward to getting 1, 2, and on the 3rd heart, when they rough it, it was nice that they did it with not a 4 or a 3. I'm just going to, pitch my 3rd club. So, yeah, was there a little luck there? I don't know, but I think, let's see, how was the result? I think I had a fairly good board on that, but this was played by somebody else too. And we're going to try it again. Same hand. And this person is, were they really confident, or were they just lucky as can be? That's what we're going to see. Okay, so this time I'm going to show all four hands, and I want you just to kind of chuckle with me as we go along. And so here again, it goes one heart, and did they bid one no trump? I'm trying to take a look at it. Yeah, they did one no trump, yes. And the north hand, once again, bids 3 clubs, asking for a transfer to diamonds. Now, once you bid one no trump, you're not the captain anymore. You've said 15 to 17, balanced hand, stoppers and hearts. And when your partner says, I want to transfer to 3 diamonds, they're in control. You don't like say, I'm not going to accept 3 diamonds. You don't know their hand. They know yours. Anyway, they said 3 clubs, and South said, forget it. I'm going 3 no trump. It's like, really? Well, do you have like all of a sudden 19, 20 points, or what happened here? You know, the hand isn't that great, and you're not going to like promote, you know, if you had ace, queen, 10, something, maybe, I don't know, but no, you don't want to bid 3 no trump. Yeah, you know, your partner's got diamonds. But anyway, that's what they did. And so watch the play on this one, Howard. Here we go. So 3 no trump in the south. And over in west, you heard your partner bid hearts. Then you heard a 1 no trump. What do we think they will lead? Well, they lead the 10 of hearts. And the person in the south does not do like I would play the king at this point, but they just played the queen. And now it's, you got to promote the diamonds, and we're going to do double dummy. We're going to see these hands. In fact, I'm going to show you what the winning and losing cards are. Now, the opening lead, if you lead a heart, they can make the contract. Surprisingly enough, that 3 no trump can be made if you lead a heart. If you lead a black card, you can set them. Well, but wait, there's more. We're just getting started. So the 10 of hearts comes out, and that 2 of hearts gets played again. Maybe Howard's right. Maybe it's saying switch to another suit. Although, you know, with entries, I'm going to try to promote it still. Anyway, so 1 with the queen. And so the play is 9 of diamonds, which is a loser play, even though they didn't lead a black, is that, you know, double dummy, is that now in the west, you can set them by playing a 10 of diamonds. But you split your king-queen honors, I guess. All right, so, you know, that's not an easy one to see either. But if you played the queen, now they can make the contract. But let's see how they play it now. We can see that if you play the ace, that's a loser. If you play the jack, that would be silly. That would be a double loser. If you play a low, you can win the contract. Well, do they play low? Well, that's the question, you know. So I don't have the rest of it here, but you can see that if you, and I think they didn't play low, but they still found a way to set the contract. But yeah, let's say, okay, you play low. Okay. And now, well, you can see later on when you get back to the south hand is that the south hand is going to be where they're going to play a finesse to that ace jack, and there's the king 10, and it works. I'm sorry, Howard, you're going to say something?
How does declare know that it's best to play low and not the ace?
Okay, we're going to go back to trick 1. So how does
the just the trick you just played.
Oh, well, okay, but let me just kind of start over. Okay, so we saw the heart. And so your question, I guess, is how do we know that the 10 should be played?
No, how do we know that that declare should call for the 2 of diamonds instead of the ace?
Well, I guess that's a good question. So let's go back to trick 1. We've got an 8-card suit. There's 5 out. They're going to be 3-2 or 4-1. They're even quite possibly be 4-1 since the hearts have been bid over there by the east. But I'm not expecting too many hearts by the east just based upon their heart bid. So I'm going to say that the preponderance of the diamonds will be by the west hand. So at any rate, I guess that I'm not going to go up with the ace. No, I'm going to have to do a repeated finesse. I have entries to my south hand, especially. I love the fact that I have these spades, which are ostensibly, you know, I know that they don't have the points in the heart suit. So I've got some entries. So my plan is that I need to do a repeated finesse. Does that make sense? Is that our strategy?
Yeah, it looks like you're fortunate that the spades and the diamonds are where they are.
Yeah.
They're both on side.
Yes, it was a terrible bid, 3-no trump. It was like mastermind bid. And if I'm playing with somebody, and I'm fairly serious about what I'm going to say now, unless it's an established partnership, and my partner does this and gets a good board, I'll say, thanks, yeah, good luck with your game. I'm not going to play with them again. If they're a masterminder, that's not the kind of person that I think we're going to have a very long partnership, because, yeah, it worked this time, and now they're going to be, you remember the types of emotions? One of the emotions was cocky. You think that person's going to be cocky after that? I am invincible. I never saw that movie.
Well, maybe they fell in love with their diamond suit and figured, well, maybe he's going to have the queen and king, and they'll just take.
No, we can look at it after the hand is over, Howard. I can see that they had 9-7. If you had like king jack or something, maybe, but sorry, no. So I think that partnership trust is important. I like to be confident, and if there's one thing that's important to have confidence at the table, is based upon having a partner that you can trust. If you don't know what the partner is doing, and I tell you, one thing that can happen is you can be playing I thought we were going to be playing Bergen raises. I didn't think we were. Oh, okay, that's fine. And the other person didn't realize, so now the next time it comes around, and the one thinks, we are playing, the next thing, no, we didn't play it. It's like, these things, they're not a lot of fun. So I think that the first time is to play it in the diamonds with the transfers is great. And was I a little bit lucky to make some over tricks? Maybe. But, when I saw that the situation with the hearts, and I thought, I can get rid of some club losers, and I should be playing as though this is the hand that I'm interested in, not the south hand. Forget my south hand. So I was able to have a good result. And as part of confidence is knowing when to do the right thing. And that is like when we talked about the Bergen raises. Would I do a Bergen raise with 6 points and a 4-3-3? No, I'm not. Would there be some times when I've got 9 to 11 or 12 points where I would instead do a splinter? Yes, I would. So those are some of the things where you work on your repertoire of hands and of your play and the partnership trust, study all those other things. And in the coming days on Wednesday, I've got 12 hands. I had a couple I played yesterday, one first and one second place. And I'm going to go through some of those hands and see how was I confident, or some hands, even though we got a good result, if I could have got a better result, what was going on that caused us, you, me, to go ahead and have our best game, or at least improving game. Howard, do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know why South would bid 3-no trump, because North hasn't promised any values by transferring. And he knows that East has an opening hand. Normally, you need to have at least 25 points in the partnership to expect to make 3-no trump.
There you go. Yeah, maybe even 26.
South is, like you said, not the captain. So
right.
North is going to, once South bids on no trump, South is going to place the contract. But I don't know. Maybe he just felt lucky.
Yeah, if it was ace, king, maybe if it was ace, king, queen, jack, and 9, and you say, well, if I get to my partner's hand one time, I can get all 5 of them, but this is not going to get 5 here. You're going to get 3, and then that is it. So you've got 3 tricks. I don't know about that queen, but I'm looking. Maybe 2 tricks if you can get to your partner's hand twice. So there's 5 tricks. On a good day, maybe 6. So one more. But yeah, your partner. I'm not going to count him for 3 or 4 tricks. Or a passed hand, for goodness sakes. Okay, and also in the north hand, do not open 2 diamonds with a 4-card side suit. Grace, come on in. Shall we go ahead? Thank you, Howard, for joining us. That was great. And let's see, we're going to go to, I think, the screen right here. So, Grace, thank you for all your good work today. And so what do you think? How about the hands of the week and the questions? I love the questions.
Yeah, we had some wonderful questions, so we definitely thank you for writing in, and that's always going to be support@bridgehands.com. Anytime you've got some questions, we'll try to get those answered for you.
On our Fridays, Wednesdays, like I said, we're going to be spending more time on concentration, taking a look at some of those hands that we had where had a couple of good results, but still there's room for improvement there. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can teach you some more things like you saw in these couple here today. And I wish I would have had time to go on some more of those Bergen raises, but time is short. But on Saturday, tomorrow, when we really get into the concentration and confidence, we're going to have a full 12 hands. So for those of you who are members, come on down for watching that, and I hope you have a good weekend, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. So anything else, Grace?
That's all I can think of. I look forward to what's Bernice. Have a great weekend. You too.
Yeah, thank you all. I appreciate you being there for those that made comments and everything. And so until Saturday, have a great time, and I'll see you soon on the flip side. Peace out. Bye for now.
Trails.
Okay. Howard, I'm going to let you sing it. You sing it better than we do.
I know. Take it away, Howard.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together?
Aww.
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy
Trails to you
till we meet
again.
Thanks, Howard. You guys have a great weekend.
It has been nailed.
Anytime.
Has been nailed.
Nailed it.
Thank you all. Have a good one, Howard. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.